My child over the last year has been looking for a house, and after looking at many houses and seeing the prices have gone up so much, I had suggested that she and her partner might want to look at this house and this estate that I had been handling. It was just a small Cape Cod, but it was 3 bedrooms and it was near the lake. So it was kind of an up and coming neighborhood. A lot of the houses in that neighborhood have had Chicago people, as we say in Michigan, come and get their second homes near the lake. So many of them have new house or new roof, a new siding, a new gazebo, a new deck, and it's just a cute little neighborhood. Um, However, the people that had been living in the house were not in a position to purchase it from the estate, and so there was going to have to be an eviction, and they had not been paying anything, and they felt sense of entitlement since the home had previously been in the family. So that was going to be a sticky wicket, if you will, tricky situation. So I started praying, and I started praying about a year ago. It was November of 2024, that this eviction go smoothly, that if this heir could purchase it, that they come up with the money, and if not, that everything goes smoothly and that there not be any hard feelings, because I didn't want any retaliation. And I had been praying like that for about a year. Eventually, what ended up happening is the family could not purchase it, so we ended up having to do an eviction, and I'm still praying, have a peaceful eviction, have there be no hard feelings. And so the first eviction hearing was the Thursday before Labor Day, and I was out of town. And my notifications didn't come through because of the time change, and I missed the hearing. And so they dismissed the case. As it turns out, the entire family that had been living in that home showed up for that hearing, and they were ready to fight. But I had been praying for a peaceful eviction and for no hard feelings. And so, although I was super frustrated with myself for missing the court hearing, in hindsight, it was an answer to prayer. So I had to start over with another eviction case. Again, praying for peaceful eviction, no hard feelings. And I should back up and say that in the meantime, the bank that had a lien and the family had gotten notification that the insurance was going to be canceled unless somebody paid. Nobody brought it to our attention. Nobody said anything. I had no idea who the insurance company was. I had no idea that this was happening. And so nobody paid the insurance on the house, right? So we had to start over with a new eviction. And the eviction was scheduled for 2 weeks ago on Thursday. 2.5 weeks ago on Sunday, the house burned down. Literally 5 days before the court hearing, the house burned down. Nobody was injured badly, I will say. One person had smoke inhalation, but everybody, all the adults were able to get out of the home. But they lost everything and the house burned down. I showed up for the eviction. Nobody was there. I received a peaceful eviction and no hard feelings. Exactly what I asked for. The other heir, who was going to be receiving everything from the estate, and my child asked about the insurance. And as it turns out, I found out there was no insurance. As it also turned out, my child was a little upset because there was no insurance, and so the house wouldn't be able to be rebuilt on somebody else's dime. But I reminded her that if there had been insurance on the house, that she would not have been able to afford the house, because now it would have been a brand new stick-built house in an up-and-coming neighborhood with everybody making repairs to their home, and the home would have been worth probably double what she would have been able to afford. Instead, there's a lot with sewer, water, gas, I should say septic, well, ready to build. And a bank that now has to come to the table because they didn't pay the insurance when they had notification of it. And the ability to be able to put a prefab home onto the lot at a much cheaper price, something that she could afford, and it would be brand new. So, praying without ceasing for over a year, I received answers to prayer twice, not once, and then another answer to prayer, and then another answer to prayer, and then another answer to prayer. That doesn't mean that we didn't take steps. As Dr. Douglas has said many, many times, you can pray, but then your feet need to hit the road and you need to start doing the work to make things come about. So we started to have the feet hit the road to make things come about by praying, but then also filing the eviction case, by praying, but then also filing the motion, by praying, but then also making all the phone calls, by praying, but then also doing the work. And when the universe wasn't ready and the timing wasn't right, the eviction was blocked.